So today we're going to discuss my topic of quantum physics and, its relation with healing energy, specifically Reiki. But also with all our topics, I feel like quantum physics can, in the scientific world, connect us all. Because if all these things do exist and how they exist, then they're going to have to be part of the subatomic realm and be, made up photons if they do exist, because that is part of how we define existence. And with that, we use philosophy, and philosophy is the tool that enables us to have these discussions and debates. It allows us to, get the full spectrum on all the subjects through critical analysis and, questioning, where our sources are coming from, our logic, and our evidence. So, without further delay, Reiki is a form of healing energy, and how it works is it is no particular religion. You don't have to be any religion, or you can be any religion, to be a practitioner or to receive it. And all it is you simply you have to be attuned. You are simply opened up as a vessel to allow Rei, which is life, Ki, which is energy, and the equivalent to, Ki and stuff. All you do is allow yourself to open up as a vessel, as a practitioner, to allow that energy go into your subject. Now, the thing is, the subject, one, has to be willing to do it, like open to it. And two, it depends on their blockages. If they were to say, yes, I want Reiki, but then deep down inside, I don't believe in this, I don't want this, it's not going to work, because, you're blocking the chakras and stuff of that nature. So for this to be possible, we have the pre-human existence, because, you got to have a soul, because that's what the healing energy is doing. Yes, it heals you physically, but the way it heals you physically is through the belief that everything occurs on the outside of your body, in your pre-human, so to speak, form, because the soul has an aura. And so that's where, like, whenever there's a blockage in the aura, if you don't fix it, it will manifest physically, which is cold, stuff like that. And that can simply, those kinds of things can start with the thought, oh, I'm getting a cold. You can actually cause your body to have it. This can be proven through neuroplasticity. With cases of people having strokes and stuff, what has happened is they will do, the brain scan. It will show a certain part of the brain that can't be used, and let's say it affects their right arm. Well, let's say after 6 months of therapy, and, more usually, these people are spiritual or of some religion. They will do physical therapy, and that arm will start working, but when they do that brain scan, it does not show any healing, but somehow your body has taught itself, which is another way I feel like, healing energy can be proven scientifically. Especially, I picked Reiki more so because, they talk about you can't analyze religion or anything of religion, because you can't experiment with religion. Well, you can experiment with Reiki because it is no religion. And, like I said, the infrared cameras, show an obvious difference in heat, as well as the magnometers, and the squids, which detect the ELF signals, the electromagnetic waves coming out of the practitioner's hands into the bodies.
So, anything that you would say? I think how our subject ties in with everything, because basically you said science, it can be proven by science. So science can prove something unseen. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, if science can prove that, then
well, it can prove electricity, right?
It can prove religion. But like if scientists can't deny that, the Reiki, how can they deny, things that are, other things that are unseen, which is the God, pre-existence, which ties in with religion. I just think the subject, what you just said, just brings everything home. It ties everything together.
Right. Well, a lot of the scientists that disapprove or disagree, they say like that study I told you about in the classroom, where I discussed how they had two people. One was a real Reiki practitioner, one was not. They told a certain amount of subjects that they were getting Reiki from a Reiki practitioner, and da 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 da. And when the study was over, the guy that wasn't a real Reiki practitioner, some of his people did better than the people that really got Reiki, and in some cases the people that got real Reiki actually were worse off. Well, the problem with that study is they're not following the variables of how Reiki works. And how that works is, one, the practitioner has to be attuned. Two, the person has to be willing and open. So the default, basically, in that study I just mentioned, is the fact that the person that had the non-practitioner, the one that wasn't a real practitioner, that person was willing for that Reiki. So people like me, and as well as this real Reiki practitioner, we a lot of times send Reiki to the earth with the intention of whoever needs it, whenever in all space and time, gets this Reiki energy. So as soon as that person opened themselves up for Reiki, they were automatically receiving that Reiki. Not necessarily from that person or that person. And that's why they could have done better, whereas those people that had the real Reiki practitioner, they could have been, extremely vehement, non-believers, and just said, yeah, I'll do it, but I don't believe in it. So I feel like to accurately test these theories that, scientists are throwing away, you have to take into the account of, you have to, whatever art, healing energy art you use, you have to at least start with exactly how it's supposed to be done according to its traditions to, fully utilize the study.
But wouldn't that almost strikes me as that's something that almost can't even be really tested by science.
It can, because you can measure the L frequencies around the person receiving it, around a person not receiving it. Like you could put two people in a room and the one say, no, I do not want it, and one say, I do. This person will automatically not get it. That's how it works.
But this one, the other one might get it. Is it a definite that they will or not?
No, they will get it. If they want it, they will get it, unless, like I said, the problem occurs when someone says, yes, I want it, but they really don't believe it.
So it only works if you believe it?
No, how do I put this? If you allow it to. Like, you can disbelieve, like, I don't really believe in this, but I'm open to it, and then there's I disbelieve, and this is not going to work.
So the same concept like hypnosis and stuff like that? If you're open to it.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, but I mean, what I was referring to was, like you said, that in the particular study that you mentioned, how there was a non-Reiki master and a natural Reiki master, and the non-Reiki master actually had people that did better. And that might be because of some latent Reiki energy that just happened to be there and then with them. But my whole thing is you say you're a Reiki master, you
Yes.
practice it. My question is that, how do you know that it's regular energy, that you send, as opposed to energy that just
You can, well, as a practitioner, you can feel the difference. Because a lot of times now, I'm going to have to go backtrack a little and go a little on what's not really scientifically proven, but based on my own account. As a child, and a lot of people I know with these same things, we've always noticed our hands get hot around sick people, around stuff like that. We've always noticed something strange, with our hands, weird stuff that normal people don't experience. And we also have found that people are drawn to touch us, and when we touch them, there's an instant drain, like when you're around a funeral home, just boom. And so what happens with Reiki is you actually get it while you give it, so you replenish your energy.
So it's more like a cycle.